Hey, Rob.
Hey,
good to see
Justin,
you
how are
again.
you?
Russell, good to see
Hi,
you.
good to be
I'm
here.
great. It's always good to be here at the Lake Edge Seafood Company. So what are we going to be making today?
We're going to be making our fish tacos
Okay.
and our famous codwitch.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Nick. We appreciate that.
Thanks,
okay,
sir.
so this is so colorful. I love this. Let's start out with the fish tacos. So I want to make sure, it shouldn't be called fish tacos because any kind of seafood can really be put in here. Is that correct?
Yep, we do a tilapia taco beer battered and then
Okay.
breaded shrimp, and then
Okay.
we also do a special. It always changes. Can be catfish, blackened,
Okay.
or calamari.
Okay, excellent. So you can make the choice as the customer what kind of seafood you use
We've
there.
also done fried oysters in there before.
Okay, wow, very good. So it
yeah.
kind of depends on availability, I'm
Exactly,
guessing.
exactly.
Okay. So obviously, how is this served? You look like you've got some really fresh veggies and fruit that are kind of cut up in there. Tell us a little bit about what goes on top there.
Oh, we start off with toasting the tortilla, and then we put our guac spread on top of it.
Okay.
Put the fish or shrimp or whatever the choosings are, top with vinaigrette coleslaw
Okay.
and house-made mango relish.
Okay, mango relish. All right, so this is the mango relish that's on the top, I'm assuming, and then I see the coleslaw underneath.
There's a little bit of mint in there, a little bit of red pepper,
Okay.
red onion, fresh shredded cabbage.
Okay. It's almost too pretty to eat, but I'm going to eat it anyway because
Go
I want
for
to
it.
take a bite here. I am a big fan of fish tacos, by the way, folks. So I'm going to make sure that I get a nice big bite of this.
And a lot of people just use a flour tortilla. We use a 50-50 blend corn and flour tortilla. So you get a nice little flavor from that corn that's in there.
I can taste that. Am
Yeah.
I wearing it on my face too much here today?
Yeah, you got a little bit right
A
there.
little bit right there. Okay, I'm trying to wipe it off on my soup coat here. That's awesome. And then also you have the codwitch here.
Yep.
So what kind of fish is that?
That
I'm
is
kidding.
just our wild caught cod.
Okay, wild caught cod.
We use a generous 4-ounce portion on there, beer battered and seasoned with our light tempera batter that we use a blend of Carbon 4, Fantasy Factory, and Miller Lite in there.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So you're making your own batter for the cod then?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. And then what kind of roll do we have?
That is the pretzel bun.
Awesome. Okay. So may I try a piece
Oh,
of that?
of course,
then?
of
We're gonna-
course.
We're going to switch
Some nice
places
melted
here.
cheddar cheese on there.
Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at how thick that is. That is really, really thick. Okay. Here we go. That deserves another bite. That's awesome. Now, is any of the stuff that I'm eating here seasonal? I mean, can you get cod year round?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So cod is fished year round, and tilapia, like I said, we carry that in the case. That is the only farmed fish.
Okay.
It's actually the only way you can buy tilapia. So you can get tilapia year round, and I believe this one is sourced in from a fishery down in Florida.
Okay, awesome. And you have such a great, you have a huge display case full of fresh seafood. Talk to us about a little bit about what somebody can find there, and then also where you get some of the fish, because you mentioned it just now, but let's talk a little bit about where you get some of your seafood.
Right now in the case, we've got Corvina, which is a South American favorite, also in the Dominican. We've got red grouper,
Okay.
halibut, sablefish, also known as black cod or butterfish.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good, very good. And you source as much of it sustainably as possible.
Of course,
We talked
yes,
about
of
that,
course.
so that's
Yep.
very good. Very good.
The 4 varieties of salmon are all wild caught from the Bering Sea by what's his name?
Mark.
Mark from Bering Bounty.
Okay. Very
And
good.
then everything else has been coming in wild caught from Fortune or Empire.
Awesome, awesome. And I want to make sure that people know this as well. You also serve brunch on
Yes.
Sunday mornings from 10 until 2, you
Yep.
said?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Talk to us a little bit about what are some of the items that people could order for brunch when they come in here.
We have pan-fried walleye and eggs, a seafood cake Benedict with poached eggs and a Chiron sauce, smoked salmon Benedict with traditional hollandaise right on top, a steak and eggs, steak fish and eggs, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yep.
Very good, very good. And now you guys have been open for a few months now. And talk to us, Rob, because you're owner of
Yep.
the Lake Edge Seafood Company. Talk to us a little bit about how it got started and where you see it going in the next 6 to 12 months.
Well, it started about 2 or 3 years ago talking with my dad about an idea. We were kicking around doing something. And we found a dream location here and realized we had too much space, so we decided to, first of all, we wanted to do a seafood market, but then we ran into having too much space, and we decided to throw in a kitchen as well for it. So,
And I'm glad you did, because I think you guys are probably a little bit better at cooking this seafood than I am. Just a little bit. This is delicious food, and I want to make sure that people know that you guys do change up the menu from time to time as things become more available and stuff like that.
Try to do it seasonally.
Sure, sure. Are you expecting a huge change in the summer when summer rolls around?
We'll try to work with more local farmers, work with the co-ops around, and try to get some more of the local produce and stuff like that versus getting in from the big box stores and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, $1 million question. Between the two of these dishes, which one is your favorite, Russell?
hands down, I'd eat the fish tacos all
Fish
day
tacos?
long.
What about
same.
you? Yeah.
Have like one a day, it seems like. So.
Yeah, I like those fish tacos. Those are pretty darn good.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the codwitch is delicious in
is
its
very
own,
good.
but when you're looking for just flavor and freshness, you can't really beat the fish
Right.
tacos.
And hey, there's 3 tacos and 3 of us. So I'll just take these 3 and then you guys can, no, I'm just kidding. So thank you so much for having us here today, Rob and Russell.
Appreciate it.
From the Lake Edge Seafood Company, kind of over off of Buckeye Road and Monona Drive here in Monona. Don't go away. We have more restaurant show coming up right after the break, so stick around.